The injury-riddled St. Joe's Hawks limp into this Atlantic 10 tournament game with a 4-game losing streak, but with one of the league's hottest scorers in James "Bruiser" Flint. Penn State is a hot club with wins in 4 of their last 5 games, and they've got a great guard to shout about, Tony Ward. The Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament quarterfinals are underway with the St. Joe's Hawks against the Nittany Lions of Penn State from State College, Pennsylvania on the Mazda Game of the Week. Rock Hall in State College, Pennsylvania on the campus of Penn State University as the Atlantic 10 Tournament gets underway with this quarterfinal matchup between the Hawks of St. Joe's and the Nittany Lions of Penn State. Hi, everybody. This is Bob Rathman, along with Larry Conley as we get set for this player that Penn State has. He scored in double figures 17 times this season, and the last month of the season has really been the leader for this club. Penn State does have some things to concern themselves with, and Bruiser Flint's a big question mark. Well, not only Bruiser Flint, but I think Wayne Williams also. That guard combination, that duo that really pushes the ball to the inside, they're really tough to handle, Bob, and I think Penn State's going to have their hands full with those 2 guards. The Nittany Lions are hosting a tournament game for the first time, and Larry, I've got to believe that the home crowd will give them a boost. Well, you would hope so, except that they're on spring break right now, and I know half of those students are down in Florida watching this basketball game. The rest of them ought to be here. It's St. Joe's against Penn State as the Atlantic 10 Tournament quarterfinal round gets underway from Rec Hall at Penn State, Pennsylvania.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an Atlantic 10 playoff game between the St. Joseph Hawks and the Penn State Nittany lineup. Let's have tonight's starting lineup for the St. Joseph Hawks. At one forward, a 6'7 senior from Orlando, Florida. Number 34, Greg Millay. The other forward, a 6'8 sophomore from Philadelphia, number 32, Tyrone Thornton. At center, a 6'8 junior from Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania, number 53, Rodney Blake. At one guard, 6'3 senior from Philadelphia, number 20, Wayne Williams. At the other guard, a 5'9 senior from Philadelphia, number 14, James Flint. And the head coach of the Hawks, Jim Boyle. And now for the Penn State Nittany Lions. At one forward, a 6'4 junior from Queens, New York, number 24, Wes Jones. The other forward, a 6'8 sophomore from Whitefield, Colorado, number 33, Tom Hovass. At center, a 6'9 freshman from Hatboro, Pennsylvania, number 40, Ed Vogel. At one guard, a 6'2 junior from South Norwalk, Connecticut, number 22, Tony Ward. At the other guard, a 6'3 sophomore from Reston, Virginia, number 30, Brian Allen. And the head coach of the Nittany Lions, Bruce Barkill.
The stage is set at Penn State as Bruce Parkhill's Nittany Lions play host to the Hawks of St. Joe's. And we'll be back with the opening tip-off in today's Atlantic 10 Tournament quarterfinal game in just a moment. A series sweep for the Nittany Lions this year. Their first ever win at St. Joe's. Ed Vogel jumps against Tyrone Thornton, and this one is underway. Penn State with the basketball. Out front, Tony Ward.
Might be interesting to see how St. Joe's lines up. They're going to go to a 2-3 zone immediately, and Penn State likes to work that ball around the outside. Good movement right now.
Here's Ward inside. Vogel puts it in. Penn State falls first one.
Maybe Rodney Blake's not as ready to play, Bob, as we think. He looks like that ankle may be bothering him somewhat.
2-0. Penn State just underway, and the streamers out onto the floor, and play has been held up here momentarily. Out front, Bruiser Flint. He's got good position. Here's Blake's first shot in a couple of weeks, and an air ball. Coming out of there with it is Tony Ward, and Penn State is running.
Bob, you saw the first miss right there by Rodney Blake. Here's Allen.
Tipped by Vogel. Blake couldn't control it. Penn State hands on.
What I was getting ready to say is that Rodney Blake has not played basketball for 2 weeks, and there's no question that his timing is going to be off. You see him right there on your screen. That is a strong, powerful man at 6'8", 250.
And Jim Boyle making a move. He's bringing Jim Carr into the game and will take out Tyrone Thornton. Carr's been the man who's been filling in for Blake in Rodney's absence. Penn State leading it 2-0. Allen feeds around and goes to Ward. Rebound to Jim Carr. St. Joe's looking to tie the game.
I think Jim Boyle had a few things to say to Tyrone Thornton over there. Obviously, he was not very pleased with that first series in the offensive end.
Blake finds the range and ties the game. He finished fourth in the Atlantic 10 in regular season scoring at 17.8 points per game.
Unquestionably one of the best 5 players, I think, in the Atlantic 10 conference. He'll make the all-conference first team. An outstanding player.
Here's Jones. He feeds around to Ward. Penn State looking for their 3rd win of the season against St. Joe's. Penn State in the ball game here. And Rick Hall jumped out to a 35-9 lead on St. Joe's. And won it going away. Hovass for 3.
Plus, he got a great stroke. He puts that ball right up there, cups it right in his hand, and lets it roll right off the fingertips. Good shot by Tom Hovass.
That gives Penn State a 3-point lead at 5-2. Bruiser Flint feeds it inside to the big fella. Blake puts it in. It didn't take long to get his rhythm back, that's for sure.
Well, he's almost unstoppable in that move right there. At 6'8", 250, it's hard to get around him. And once he catches it there, he posts so low, he gets it up and gets it in quickly.
Allen throws the right underneath the Hovass, and he puts it in.
I don't even think Blake realized that the ball was being handled outside the out-of-bounds line there, and he just turned around and dished it inside.
Bruiser Flint gets a pick from Malone. Now feeds it inside to Blake. Strong to the bucket with the right hand, put it in. And Rodney Blake, it's a good thing he's got those broad shoulders because he's carried St. Joe's here. So Blake to the foul line. Well, he was a 77% shooter this year. And rolls it in. He's got all 7 St. Joe's points, and the Hawks have caught Penn State at 7.
A little bit of pressure right there by St. Joe's. Penn State with it. Good move by Hovass.
Tom has scored 7. This is a can you top this game? Hovass and Blake going head-to-head. 9-7. Penn State on top. And caught in the sandwich there was Wayne Williams, and Gary Donahue spots a foul.
I'm going to tell you something Wayne Williams likes to do. He's a 6'3" guard, and he likes to post inside. He likes to take people in there and try to...
St. Joe's can tie with a 2-pointer, take the lead with a 3-pointer.
Penn State's going to stay in that zone defense. St. Joe's showing a lot of patience now on offense. They want to take that basketball and sort of maneuver around the perimeter. Good pass.
Inside to Thornton from Flint. Tyrone Thornton's first 2 and an excellent assist by James Flint, showing the form that made him the best passer in the Atlantic 10 this year.
And again, Penn State beats the pressure. There's Allen with that outside shot.
Blake how to get it, battling with Hovass. It's out of bounds off Hovass, and it belongs to St. Joe's. Wayne Williams averaged 14.5 points a game during the regular season. His first 2 today. We were talking, Larry, with Bruce Parker earlier. He felt that St. Joe's would be a pretty loose basketball team here today, and they looked that way.
Well, I'll tell you the other thing, too, is they're a little bit better heeled to play. Good shot by Ward. 3 points.
That's a 3-pointer, his first of the day for Tony Ward. And Penn State back on top. 28-27. The Nittany Lions lead it by a point.
Straight up.
There's his numbers against St. Joe's in the regular season. Well, hush comes over the crowd here at Rick Hall as Tupos puts it in, his 5th point of the game.
I guarantee you it wouldn't be that quiet in Philadelphia.
Not on
4 points right now. They're a little out of control. Their offense looks like it's out of kilter.
Wes Jones back in the ball game for the Nittany Lions. Number 24. This is Tony Ward. Murphy. Done a nice job off the bench today for Penn State. Running the ball club. Vogel. Oh, he needs help. Finds it going wide open. Wes Jones, and he puts it in.
He looked like he was in trouble. He was going to have to give the ball up, and he did, but he got it to the right guy. Wes Jones inside.
Well, that 5-second count was creeping up, and Vogel brilliantly found Jones.
Takes a little longer to count 5 seconds at Penn State.
Williams with a miss. Penn State's got a chance to tie here. You see the time remaining. That's the game clock at the top of your screen, and a 2-point St. Joe's lead.
Got to go.
Ward off balance, and the first half is over. Bruce Parkhill marching off. You see him on the right side of your screen, a parting shot for the referees. He thought his man was fouled. Jim Boyle's Hawks go to the locker room with a 2-point lead at the end of the first half. And it's all even here with 7:56 to play. 64-61. 74-64. And Penn State with the basketball.
Only 32 minutes of basketball, and we haven't solved anything yet. Nobody has jumped out here and really taken the lead and really asserted themselves to push this thing out here.
Peoples with a mean drive to the bucket. Tough luck for him. Breaks the rebound.
We'll talk about an easy shot to miss. Peoples really had one right there and let it get away.
Here's Flint. Penn State trying to get organized defensively. Away outside. Here's Williams open. And he hits it.
Sometimes when you concentrate your zone defense so much on the inside, you leave the outside players open. And I think they're concentrating so much on trying to stop Blake and Smith in there, they have forgotten about Flint and Williams.
Here's the second half field goal shooting.
Excellent on both sides.
Particularly for Penn State. Here's Allen. Vogel. St. Joe's with a 2-point advantage. Here's Allen. Hits it. Allen has scored 5, and that knocks it up.
A disgusted look on Henry Smith's face having to come out of the game. Never seen too many players happy about coming out of the game anyway.
Tony Ward.
Okay, St. Joe's gone to a man-to-man defense now. They went away from that zone. Let's see if Penn State. Great pass.
Oh, bang. With his back to the basket. Banks it home.
Well, how about that pass to the inside by Ed Fogel?
He's had a couple of dandy assists in this game. Penn State by 4. And it goes to Blake. He traveled. The Nittany Lions with a 4-point lead and the ball. 5:20 remaining in this Atlantic 10 quarterfinal game. It's Penn State by 4. Now this from Jefferson Pop.
5 out of 5 from that range.
Penn State has scored 8 of those 3-point field goals
It's
today.
a little above the national average.
You know, and you look at that stat line, that's the difference in the game. 8-4, 4-point swing, a 4-point Penn State advantage. 70-66 Penn State, 5:10 to play. Loose ball, out of bounds. St. Joseph's. Alley-oop to Hoback.
Good pass by Brian Allen. He looked and saw Bruiser Flint, 5'11", going against Hovass, and he lobbed it up there for him, and he got it in. Good play.
72-66 Penn State as Williams misses. Allen hits the deck, and that's going to be a push on Miller.
Beautiful place.
Brian Allen stepping up to the free throw line. He's got it. His 6th point of the game. 56. Not a book.
The one thing St. Joe's cannot afford to do, Bob, excuse me, is not get in a big hurry here. They don't want to get it all back at once. Go to their bread and butter, and that's it right there inside.
24 for Tyrone Thornton. Keeps St. Joe's alive at 74-68. Nice cut to Malay, and it rolls in.
Oh, Vance got it down inside, and again it was Fogel that got him the ball.
He shot the ball so well inside in the first half. Nothing but blanks here down the stretch. 76-68, Penn State.
Now Penn State may want to consider just taking their time. Oh, they just lost the basketball back to St. Joe's. I was going to say, Penn State really needs to take their time and get their offense set up and start to burn some of that. Put the ball right in that paint right there, and it's like a deposit in the bank.
The only thing Jim Boyle will go forward. Those points would draw interest. He's 6 down. 3 minutes to play. And a foul is called. Thornton, and if it's on Tyrone, that's number 5, and he's finished. It is. Tyrone Thornton, and what may be the key play of this game, has just fouled out. 54% are at the line. This is the front end. The door is still open for St. Joe's. 76-70 Penn State. Malay. Up top it comes. Here's Flint. They look inside. Smith bottled up, and a foul called on It's them both. And St. Joe's trails by 4. 2:40 left. Hovass flags it down. Nearly lost it. It's out of bounds, and now Hovass called for a pushing foul.
Turnover almost, but instead got a foul. Hovass now to the bench.
The two top scorers, Hovass for Penn State with 20, Jerome Thornton with 26 for St. Joe's. They both fouled out of this game.
And we've got a basket
coming up for James Flint. There's the timeout situation. Flint is ready. Penn State ball has missed 2 free throws. Here's Alino bringing it up. 17 seconds to go. Penn State's going to run their offense. Here's Alino. Lost the ball. Malay's got it. St. Joe's with 7. They're going to have to tackle somebody quickly. And it is Flint with 4 seconds to go.
Point field goal attempt is still in play. If they can get one and get it down.
This is a 2-shot foul. An intentional foul was called. Hits this one. St. Joe's by 3. They get it in. A bad pass, and Flint steals it. 2 seconds. And it's out of bounds. It belongs to Penn State with 2 seconds to go.
I don't understand what Flint was doing.
They look. They get it in. It's mishandled and out of bounds. 1 second goes off the clock, and Penn State has it a little closer to their basket.
Well, this is the one they've got to get rid of quickly. Another timeout.
Headline. Everybody breaks. At the buzzer. No, it's not going to count. It would not have counted. After the buzzer sounded by Paul Murphy, the ball game is over, and St. Joe's advances. For Larry Conley, this is Bob Rathman saying so long from Penn State.